If you're new, consider subscribing and hit the bell button. Today we are here on our garden. We shall be sharing good ideas about our gardening here at the village. You can see right now I'm on my corn garden. Here you can see in the background we are on our corn gardening. But before going to garden, we also have cassava the other side, and also have different crops that we have here on our garden. But we shall be showing you each crop that we planted in this land, and we have many of them. We have the millet, we have potatoes, we have got also whatever the cowpeas and many others that we are really planting. I mean, what we planted here. So guys, let's do the survey and I show you how these crops are performing. For the case of corn, they are going to be harvested before the end of this January. They are going to be harvested and they will totally do better. I know right now all of them they have dried up. All the corns have really dried up. You can now turn them into a flour if you want them, and this the process allows us to get these corns from the garden because they are ready to be harvested, and they also they are at the final stage. They are at the final stage. Right now there's no need of expecting more time for our corns and many crops that we grow here on our garden, and all of them they have totally dried up. All of them they have dried up, so that means that we shall be having more corns when it comes time of harvesting, and it is just a gradual process of getting these corns from the garden, harvesting, and also getting the machine which can remove those seeds, and also taking them to the final place where they can get the flour from these corns that we grow here. So by the end of this January, I'm sure I'll be getting these corns which you are seeing there. This is 1.5 acres that you are seeing that side. Even the other side, it's measuring around more than 300 feet. So it is really big, wide and length. So that's how this garden is performing of corns. We also have the growing cassava. Let me take you to our cassavas that you have. They have also doing well. Let me take you to our cassava. Let me take you to our cassava that you have been just preparing. The cassavas are this side, guys. So people are really renovating or preparing their gardens to have what we call preparation of the season. Here they have removed all the weeds. All the weeds are being removed. It's because that they are preparing for the next season, and this is the best season where you can remove your weeds and also manage your garden when it comes to removing of weeds, especially the cassava garden. This is the best time for you to remove the weeds because it is a dry season. It's a dry season, and I'm sure that these cassavas they will be growing better. In the morning we had an activity of removing those weeds from the garden. That's why you are seeing the garden is shining well. It's because we have removed the weeds, and once you don't remove the weeds, then it will disturb the cassavas. Remember, these cassavas are they are still young, and you know that young crops can be destroyed by weeds. So that's what we had to do in order to maintain the cassava to be in a good condition, and not only being in a good condition, to also avoid some pests that can be caused by too much weeds. And this also help us to avoid those big pests like squirrels, rats, to avoid them from accessing this garden of ours, because there will be a free space for them not to access in this land. That's why we have managed to remove the weeds from this cassava garden, and it has really helped us, because we have dismissed some crops, I mean some pests like squirrels and rats. So then take you to the big garden where these cassavas also they are growing mature, the mature cassava. The mature cassava. Now these ones they are mature, but these are our cassava. Those ones practiced what we call removal of the weeds. Those ones, these are a half of, yes, you can see, and even this side here, those ones. So we have also removed the weeds from this cassava to enable our crops to perform well, this especially the cassava. So right now let me take you to another garden. So kindly, if you are new, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. Let me take you to the next garden. Remember guys, if you have just joined, this is our cassava garden where we have been practicing the removal of weeds that has helped us to gain more cassavas, because once you remove weeds, then cassavas will be free from danger of being attacked by pests and many others. Let's proceed to the next garden. Let's proceed to the next garden. Here are our cowpeas. These are our cowpeas. They are also doing well, but they have dried up. They have really dried up. You can see those seeds. These are our cowpeas that we also grow here on our garden, and they really practice well. They try to do better, as you can see them there. Those ones, they are doing well. And these cowpeas, for them, they take around 2 to 3 months to be ready, and it also help us to gain more food here on our garden. And not only that one, it also beautifies the garden. You can see the garden is beautiful, and what makes it be beautiful is that these crops that we grow here on our garden. So let me take you to the next garden, the sweet potato. These are our cowpeas that we grow here on the garden. If you have just joined, let me show you the seedling, but they grow when they are small. It's not easy to get them. It's not easy to get these cowpeas in from inside there. Then try to get at least one. So these are the cowpeas that we have on our garden. You can see All the garden is full of those cowpeas. Let's proceed. Now this is our sweet potatoes. I remember harvesting these sweet potatoes once, and for those who were with me on that live, I think you saw me how I got these sweet potatoes from their heap of sweet potatoes. So the whole of this, what you are seeing, that is a garden of sweet potatoes. What you are seeing there. I have also got these ones, guys, the cowpeas. Let's proceed to those cones that you are seeing there. Those cones. Let's see our cones, how they are performing. Even this side we also have cones, those ones. But those ones, they are not performing well because they are full of weeds. The weeds have really disturbed them. Let's go there and see. On our cone gardening, remember, this cone gardening is where I have interest in it. I have interest in this cone garden. This one. It is doing good on my side, and it really needs a lot of labor for me to carry out this process of harvesting. It needs a lot of labor, guys, but I'm sure I'll catch up with the harvesting of my corns from this garden, and the labor is the problem. I have problem of labor. That is the challenge that I have here on the garden. The garden is too big for me on my side. So guys, these are our corns here that you are seeing. All of them, they are dry. They are dry, guys, and I'm sure I'll be getting more and more. Let's proceed. Let's now do what we call survey. We're doing a survey. Let's go the other side also and we see what is going on there. Guys, let me take you to the next garden of millet gardening. Where's the way here? Let's go to the millet gardening. I shall come back on this garden, but let me show you my millet. If they have dried up. So once they dry up, then I must harvest them. Yeah, I must harvest those millet that I planted here. They are here. These ones. My millets. Oh, they are ready. My millets are ready, guys. You can see they have tiny seeds. But anytime we shall be getting them before the end of this January, you can see they have very tiny seeds. Those are millet that you are seeing there. They are millets, and we shall be also getting them from our garden, even though there was a lot of weeds. A lot of weeds were here. Guys, they are performing well, and I'm really happy for that. They are doing well. My millet. So anytime I'll be showing you how we harvest this millet. on my videos that I normally upload here on my channel. I'll be showing you how we do it when it comes to harvesting of these millets that you are seeing. They look like grasses. These millets, they look like grasses, but they have seeds on the top. Those ones, those are the seeds that you are seeing. So we consume those millet after grinding, after turning them into flour, and we make porridge from them, and also we can make a posho from them. Those are the millet that I'm talking about. They look like grasses. It is very impossible for some farmers who don't carry out this method of planting millet, because when it comes to removal of weeds, they look like grasses when you try to remove weeds. So that is the challenge that many farmers face when it comes to the removal of weeds in this garden of millet. They look like grasses. The only difference is that they have this shape of corn, but others they just split themselves. Right, let me proceed by showing you the millet. Guys, millets are also doing well, they are performing well. As are here, you can see those are millet, but they have very tiny seeds, very small seed that you can not pick easily. We use knife to harvest them. We use sharp knives to harvest them. For those people who are familiar with it, we use knife to harvest those millets. Let me take you even this side. We use the knife. We use the knife to get them. So kindly, if you are new, consider subscribing and hit the bell button, and let's share the live, guys. Let's share. These are our millets that we have here on our garden. They are performing well, and anytime we shall be harvesting them. They are looking very nice, very nice, and they are drying up. Remember, we are in dry season this side. We are facing too much sun, and the activities we normally do in this season is to harvest such crop like millet, corns, sweet potatoes, cassavas, and many others that we normally harvest. And even there is another activity, the preparation of there's a preparation of other gardens. When it comes to dry season this side, people normally prepare gardens for next season. Remember, on this side, people practice this method of waiting for the season, the natural seasons. They don't use irrigation too much, but those are our corn. I mean millet. Of course, they have the corn shape, but that's where we are when it comes to millet gardening. So guys, anytime I'll be doing a video about that one, I'll show you how I will be doing that one. I don't know whether this camera is performing well there. Yes, it is doing well. So guys, let me see in your comment section what is your favorite crop, because on this side we normally plant millet, cassava, sweet potatoes, and also cassava, corns. So guys, let me see in the comment section if you like this millet. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so that you'll be notified for every video that we shall be posting here on our channel. These are the millets that we grow on the garden, and they are totally doing well. Those are our millets. here on the garden. That's how they look when it comes to the growth, the growing process. When it comes to the growing process of millet. Let's see this side. So I'll have to take you in some places, but in some places of the garden where they are performing this activity of growing more millets. Let me see in the comment section, guys, if you like millets like me. But for me, it was my first time. It was my first time to carry out this process of planting the millet. The one which you are seeing in my background. It's not easy to see them, but they are here. Those ones. Those are our millet. But it was my first time to grow them, and the challenge which I faced, and right now I'm still regretting it, is that these millets, they had what we call, they look like grasses. That's the challenge which I faced when it comes to removal of weeds. I've faced a lot of challenges when it comes to removal of weeds in my millet gardening, because they look like grass. They look like grasses. Those ones, they look like grass. So that was the challenge which I have been facing here on my garden. They look like grass, and it is a bit challenging for someone to separate the millet gardening, and the millet and also the grasses. They look the same, but for those who know better, they can separate them. So guys, let me take you to our garden where our old garden where we have just started removing the sweet potatoes, or completing the process. We remember, for us, we use two methods of harvesting. I know some people use one method. They harvest all sweet potatoes at once, but for us, we do two methods. Sometimes we use these sharp pointed tools that we use using our hands to scratch those sweet potatoes. But the second method, we use hoe, where the hoe normally completes everything. So let me take you there and see what is happening. We have just started using hoe to harvest those sweet potatoes. Let me take you there and I show you how someone has been using the hoe to get those sweet potatoes, and is completing the whole garden to remove those sweet potatoes. Let me give you the image I have already reached. It is here. You can see he has started from this side. This is a millet garden, sweet potato garden, what you are seeing there. So yesterday he managed to remove gas. That's why using the weeds are really disturbing us, of course. So guys, if you're new, subscribe. So this yesterday. So let's also proceed. Let's proceed to our cassavas. But I'm sure I have already shown you the cassavas. Let's embark on corn garden and the corn garden. But on this garden where I'm standing right now, we planted a few corns, as you can see them there. We just did the random planting. Just did the random planting. That's why you're seeing There's a lot of space, and even weeds are really disturbing. There's a random place, random planting, and there are a lot of weeds. So guys, let's proceed and see this side. I'll have to pass on this millet garden. You know, everything is just drying up because of the sun. You know, the sun normally makes every crop to be ready to be harvested during this season of dry season. You see, this is our millet. So guys, kindly, if you're new, consider subscribing and hit the bell button. This is our millets that you are seeing here. If you have ever seen millets in the garden, this is how they look like. This is the original image that I'm showing you right now. Original image. You see, those are the millets that we have here on our garden. As I told you, it was my first time to grow them, and I'm waiting for the results. What can I get from these millets of ours that we planted? Get so those millets, they can be categorized into two. Maybe you can get porridge, you can get posho from them when it comes to time of harvesting them. Those millets that we are seeing there, you see, they are not easy to be harvested when you don't have the experience to harvest these millets. They are a bit challenging, and you need someone who is very equipped in this process. So guys, it was my first time to grow these millets, but I'm sure I'll be getting more experience about this method of growing the millets. So guys, if you are new, kindly subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell button. This is how we do it on our garden. I also have those cones. If you are new, those are our cones there. Those are our cones that we have here on the garden, and they really perform well. I'll be showing you that part. Let me first conclude with these millets that we have here. This garden of millet is a quarter of the a quarter of the 1 acre. A quarter of 1 acre is where we planted these millets. And the good thing with millet this side, they are not common. Millets this side, they are not common, and they're expensive when it comes to buying and selling. Yes, the demand is high. I just try to grow them to test whether they can bring good profits on my side, but I haven't harvested. I will be telling you that one after, when I complete harvesting. I'll be showing you how to harvest them, because I'll bring people who are equipped in this process of doing such activity of harvesting these millet. You see, those are our millet, guys. Don't be surprised what you are seeing. So guys, welcome to my garden. This is Poo Garden and Farm, where we grow different crops, millet, corns, and sweet potatoes, cassava, Irish potatoes. But for the case of Irish potatoes, we haven't started, but we had to start with these few. We had to start with these millet that you are seeing here. If you have ever seen millets, how they look like when they are still in the garden, these are our millet. And also have sweet potatoes, cassavas, corns, cowpeas and peas. So guys, let me see in the comment section if you know more about millet. If you know more about millet, let me see in the comment section. Kindly subscribe. We also have this millet, I mean whatever the cowpeas here. Those are the cowpeas. These ones. Those are cowpeas that you are seeing. This one. The cowpeas. Let's go to our corn gardening right now. This is the corn garden. What I like about this breed of corn that I used here is that it produces good quality of corn. Let me see. See, it has good quality of corns. Whether it is not performing well, but it normally produces a good breed. The corns are doing better, guys. You see, they have really dried up. They have dried up, guys. Those are our corns that we have here on our garden. So let me proceed. Kindly don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Even this one is performing well. Let's like the video. Let's like the live, guys. Let's like the live. Let me see also this one here. It's also doing well. The corn. This is a good breed that I planted. A good breed of corn, even if it grows when it is little, but you can also have more seed from it. See, it is really doing well, doing better. It's really doing better. Let me see this one also. Also this one inside there, it is performing well. So guys, that's our corn garden, and for sure they are doing better when it comes to corn gardening. I have huge corns here, very huge. They produce big seed. You can see them there. Another one is here. That one which you are seeing, those corn seeds. So that's how we do it here on our village Pugu Garden and Farm. We bring everything that is related with agriculture, especially gardening and farm. So guys, you can see even there's some weeds, but even if right now, whenever weeds grow faster like that, don't mind once your crops are doing better, or already they have completed, they have produced well, and once you see your corns looking down, that shows your corns are really ready to be harvested, and you have to harvest them. So at this age, there's no need for you to worry about the weeds that are in your corns garden, because at this stage your corns will no longer be disturbed by weeds, because they have done what they are supposed to do on your garden. See, don't mind about the weeds. If you see those corns, bending like that and like that one. So don't mind about the weeds that are growing. No, there's no need of worrying about your corns once they reach at this age. This is the corn garden that you are seeing. So what I'm explaining is that once your corns reach at that stage, even if the weeds grow faster than them, they cannot harm your corns. They cannot, because they have already done what they are supposed to do. So that one cannot worry a farmer who is carrying out this method of planting the corns, because once they reach this stage, get to know that they can't be disturbed by weeds. So even if you don't remove the weeds, at this age, at this stage where they are, these are our corns. So if you have just joined, we are here explaining that once your corns reach at this level, there's no need of removing weeds. It's just another process of you just to harvest those corns. And the good thing that why we planted them in lines is that enable someone who is harvesting them, or someone who did the weeding, because we did the weeding, but it was easy for people who carried out the weeding because we planted corns in lines. You can see them, we planted corns in lines. So that one enabled us to have what we call the good planning of the garden. Kindly guys, if you are new, subscribe. I think you can see this column here. This is a wide column up the other end there. So this one help you even to make a good survey in your garden, because you planted the corns in lines. By the way, on these days, people are planting crops in lines, so there's no need for you not to plant your crops in lines. You must plant your crops in lines. Sometimes it's better when it comes to harvesting and even removing the weeds. Plant your crops in good lines so that it enables you to simplify the work that you will be doing in the garden, whether harvesting, applying fertilizer, and also harvesting. That one will help you to overcome many things related with gardening. Even applying the pesticide in the garden, it will help you to have better method of overcoming pests that can destroy your corns in the garden. Not only corns, but even many crops that you can grow on the garden. So guys, this is our corns. But if you reach at this stage, if your corns reach at this stage, maybe you are near the company that normally manufactures chemicals or many other things, please, even when you are near where people normally light the fire, this is very terrible if you have the garden which is at this stage. If you have a garden at this stage, make sure you abstain your garden from fire. Don't extend your garden near the fire, because the fire will come and destroy and burn all these corns, because you have just extended them near the fire. So if you are near people who normally cook using gas, fire, what, maybe those companies that manufacture different things or chemicals, they can burn your corn garden. Once they reach at this stage, make sure that your corns, they are free from fire. Yes, because at this stage you are at the risk of losing your garden. Once they catch up with fire, then get to know you'll get a total loss because you are at a high risk for you to lose all your corns that you planted in the garden. So guys, what I'm advising you that is that abstain from fire. Once your corns reach at this stage, abstain your garden from fire. Try to protect your garden once it reach at this stage of drying up. When these corns are ready, make sure that you try to overcome your garden from such calamities. Maybe someone can come and light the fire on your garden, but try to make a good security on your corns, because it is easy someone to come and light the fire on your corns and you'll be getting a total loss. Yes, and if you are planting your corns, make sure that they are around 2 to 3 meters away from the bush which is dry, because once that bush is near to your corns, then there will be another problem. There will also, maybe someone can try to burn the bush and the fire will just come and destroy your corn. Yes, it will destroy your corns. It will destroy your corns and you'll be counting losses. You'll be counting losses because you did not protect your corns. So the advice that I'm giving you guys, make sure you protect your corns. And of course, in corn gardening, we normally fidget. As you can see, we fidget them. We don't give them enough space. We don't give them enough space. Many people fidget them, including me myself. I fidget them because once you skip big space, then you'll be planting little corns in your garden. So it's better to have what we call proper planning and even maintaining the security on your corn gardening. This will help you gain more when it comes to having enough yields in your garden. Then you'll be protecting your corns from those calamities that can affect your corn gardening. Not only corn gardening, there are so many crops that can be harvested when they are dry. We also have those sugar canes. Even sugar canes, they are at risk of get of catching up with fire. Someone can light them and they get fire. So even the cones can be destroyed by fire when they are dried up. Even the sugar cane. So if you grow those two crops, even kale, barley, and wheat, so those crops, they are at a high risk of getting the fire. Someone if can light the fire on them, then they'll totally be destroyed because you do not provide enough security on your garden. So I always encourage you, if you're growing barley, wheat, corns, sugarcane, make sure that you provide what we call enough security on your garden. That's why many the outgrowers farmers who normally do the activities of these companies that manufacture sugar, they normally make 2 to 3 meters or 5 meters away from their gardens, because there can be the disaster of fire which can come and destroy your crops. Maybe someone is burning a bush and the fire by accidentally will come and destroy your garden. So that will be a total loss, guys. Kindly, if you're new, consider subscribing and hit the bell button so that you'll be notified for every video that we shall be posting here on our channel. So guys, be careful if you do this large farming gardening. Get right. Let me see this side also. So guys, let me see in the comment section if you have any question, guys. That's how we can protect our corns. Right now for me, I don't have the problem because this garden is surrounded with my gardens. It is one garden and surrounded with my garden because I grow potatoes, as I have shown you. I have millet and many others. So this one helped me not to have a disaster like fire which can come and destroy my corns, because this is my own garden and it is easy for me to maintain the fire. If there is outbreak of fire, then I know how to maintain it, because I had to plan for this process before planting these corns. So guys, even if you are planting, make sure you apply fertilizer, whether organic or whether artificial, guys. One of the things that have helped me to have these corns is that I used fertilizer. Does not matter whether you are using chemical fertilizer or natural fertilizer, it is upon you. But guys, it's better to use fertilizer, because me, I used fertilizer to come out with this enough breed of corns. You can see how they are looking upside. That shows that they are ready to be harvested. Actually, they are tired to be in the garden, so they need to be harvested. And this helped me to have what we call the preparing the process of removing them. So the labor can disturb me, but I will catch up with that one. So guys, we are here showing you how this corn garden can turn you into loss. Yes, make sure that you overcome such disasters which can destroy your corns. Get? There's so many disasters, but the big disaster, natural calamity, is fire, which I know that can destroy your corns, and even the locust. Yeah, the locusts look like grasshoppers, if you know them. Yes, once they land on your crops, then it will not be easy for you to overcome those locusts, because they disturb many farmers. Locusts normally destroy rice, every crops. They eat every green thing that they find on your garden, whether they are sweet potatoes or corns or rice. They have to destroy it, because that's their food, and it is your responsibility to overcome them. But once they come in big numbers, they normally destroy your crops. So guys, we are here. If you have just joined, kindly subscribe. Let me take you to my next garden. Finally, right now I have concluded the corn gardening. Yeah, for the case of corn, I'm done with it. Let's go and see our sweet potatoes, and I show you the signs, what and what. Uh, Now here is another problem on our sweet potatoes. You see those holes? These holes that you are seeing there, those ones. Those are squirrels that are disturbing my sweet potatoes. They have created holes there. That is a hole, and even this one is a hole. It have destroyed my sweet potatoes. So that's why I always tell you that always cut the bush that is near on your garden. Now this bush is busy affecting my garden this side, and the squirrels and rats, they are hiding from this big bush. But anytime I'll be cutting this bush starting with the next week. So they are hiding from this side, guys. So I always recommend you that don't allow your crops to be in your garden to be near the bush, because that will be the place where they breed from. So right now I'm facing a problem of those pests that are breeding from that side, and they'll come and eat my potatoes here, the squirrels and rats. As I have shown you here, those are the holes where they are getting the potatoes. Those are the holes, guys. So that is another problem for me, but I'll be cutting the bush, those bush that are near my garden here. So guys, let me show you so once you see the potatoes having that crack, get to know that, yeah, there's something good inside. There's something good in that sweet potato, in the heap of sweet potatoes. So we have lots of sweet potatoes there. Right now the soil is hard. I cannot get it because I will need a sharp machine to get something inside there. So right now I cannot get it because I have not worked with the tool that I normally use. And also this side here, this one here, you can see them. Even here they have destroyed it. See, that is another problem that we are facing here as farmers. So guys, I think you have enjoyed the video. I'm about to end the live, but this grass, guys, it has really disturbed me. It's where the squirrels are hiding from, it's where the rats are producing from. So they just come and destroy my potatoes that I have planted in this garden of mine that I grow here at the village. So these are the sweet potatoes, and also here are the squirrels that are creating holes to eat my potatoes which I planted, and they're hiding from that side. So guys, I don't recommend you to to grow your crops near the bush, because we'll have a lot of challenges. Squirrels will go there, rats, and come and destroy your crops here. So always abstain that one. Like me, I'm suffering with that. So guys, let's end the live. Guys. Thank you for watching. Have a perfect day. Bye bye.